Welcome back, everybody. This is a pre recorded writing lesson focusing on context clues. It is my hope that by the end of this series that everybody will have a better understanding of how to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words in a text. Let's begin. What are some context clues that you're familiar with? All right, by now we've gone over these a couple of times, but let's just go over them once again to make sure we're all on the same page. All right, the first context clue that we can use are word parts. Prefixes, word base, and suffixes are all word parts. In the word unhappy, the prefix un means without. So when you add that to happy, you get without happiness. In the word sorrowful, the suffix full adds the words full of to the base word sorrow. So sorrowful equals full of sorrow. When we know our prefixes and our suffixes, it can help us identify words that we may not be familiar with. Another context clue could be a definition or example of the word in the sentence. It could be the sentence itself, the sentences prior, or the sentences following the word that you're unfamiliar with. Another context clue could be prior knowledge of the topic that you're reading about. Okay, now that we've reviewed our context clues, let's begin today's activity. True or false? Context clues help you to determine the meaning of words you don't know. True or false? Let's go on ahead and give 15 seconds to come up with our answer. Okay, context clues help you determine the meaning of words you don't know. I'm going to go ahead and select true. If you selected true, hands up. And that is the correct answer. So, all of you with wiggling hands, you are correct. Let's move on to question two. True or false? That means yes or no. Examples and definitions are never provided as clues to help you determine unknown words. True or false? Examples and definitions are never provided as clues to help you determine the unknown. Let's go ahead and take 15 seconds to think about this one. All right. I'm going to go ahead and say that that is false because I know sometimes there are definitions that help us. Let's see if I'm correct. If you select false, let's get those hands up in the air. Wiggle your fingers. Hands up. And that is the correct answer. So, hooray for everybody that chose false. If you didn't, go ahead and back the video up and try it again. Let's go on to number three. True or false? Prefixes and suffixes can help you determine the meaning of the word. All right, you know the drill. We're going to go ahead and give about 15 seconds to figure this out. I'm going to go ahead and add a tool so that you guys can see this as well. Okay, that'll be ready for next time. Okay, I think that prefixes and suffixes can help us determine the meaning of the word. I'm going to go ahead and say true. If you guys selected true, I want your hands up, fingers wiggling, hands up, fingers wiggling. Let's try the answer. And that is correct. All right. Again, if you didn't get it this time, just back up the video and try. The sanitation department collects refuse, such as old furniture, empty boxes, and anything else that can't be recycled. All right, go ahead and give that 15 seconds. Does refuse mean reusable items, junk, unwilling to do something, or garbage? All right, I'm going to select reusable items. If you chose reusable items, go ahead and wiggle your fingers, raise your hand. That is the correct answer. Okay. Which type of context clue hints at the word's meaning? Okay, so when we look at refuse, we see RE, which means repeat. All right, repeat. So that's a prefix, re. And so we know that it's word parts, but is it also an exam? Are there also examples? So we know it's not definition. So is it examples? Do they give examples such as old furniture, empty boxes? So I'm going to go ahead and make my selection. First, you make yours, and then we'll answer together. 15 seconds. All right, I'm going to pick example and word parts. All right, go ahead and raise your hand and wiggle those fingers if that's what you've got as well. Let's check our answer. All right. If you didn't get it, that's okay. Just rewind the video and try again. Okay. What does the word thrive mean as it is used in the sentence? Bats that eat fruit and nectar spread seeds and help flowers to grow. Without bats, many important plants would not thrive. Okay, so what do plants do? We've got to think about that. So does thrive mean drink, wilt, die, or grow? Let's take 15 seconds. Okay, thrive. Now I don't see a root word there, but I do in the word above, in the sentence above, see the word grow. Okay, because I see the word grow in the sentence above, I'm going to assume that thrive means the same. So I'm going to go with grow. If you've said grow, fingers in the air, or hands in the air, fingers wiggling, let's check it. That is correct. All right, let's do the next question. What does the word scorching mean as it is used in the sentence? The sun was scorching. The heat was so intense. Okay, scorching. The heat was so intense. Let's give it a 15-second think. Now, what do we already know about the sun? Okay, we know that the sun is hot. Okay, so it says the heat was intense. If the heat was intense, all right, does floating have to do with heat? Kind of, but I don't think that in this context it applies. Spinning, mm, dimming. Mm-mm. Now, blazing, blaze seems to go along with the sun. I'm going to use prior knowledge, and I think that blazing probably applies to scorching. Let's see. That is the correct answer. Don't worry if you didn't get it correct. Go on back and try again. What does the hey, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. We'll see you again real soon.